Computer. Excellent. There we are. So I know we've got limited time, so we'll not have our usual chat. But so today we're talking Sniper No Nation, which takes off pretty much where Sniper The Last Stand ended. So Brandon and Zero are facing the consequences of their actions, without going into spoilers, obviously. But can you talk about like how they've changed since the last movie and where they are mentally?
Yeah, you're right. It's a continuation, a direct continuation from The Last Stand, which is kind of a new thing for us,
Mm.
which I think people are really gonna to dig, so we can dive a little bit deeper and flesh out these storylines and these characters a little bit more. So I'm excited for that. However, we do kick it up a notch, not to steal a line from the famous chef Emeril, but bam, we kicked it up a notch on this
Mm.
one. We got a lot of shootouts. We find Zero and Brandon pretty banged up for their last mission, and also kind of stuck dealing with the consequences of a mission kind of gone a little bit sideways. We're considered terrorists, and we're kind of stuck in Costa Verde. So we have to figure our way out of this mess, get reinstated on good graces with the U.S. of A. With no help. No one's coming to save us,
Mhm.
except one guy comes to help out. Well, two guys actually, him and his buddy, Mr. Tom Berenger, coming back as Thomas Beckett.
Yeah, yeah, which is great to see him back. So, how's their relationship this time around?
I thought it was fantastic. I really loved that his character comes back to help bail his son out of a jam, which I think is such a great paternal thing that
Mhm.
anybody probably with a son of their own or ch any children of their own, of course, that'd be your first call. That'd be the first person on the scene to help you out of a mess. And yeah, much like Liam Neeson, he has a particular set of skills
Mm.
that could probably be very useful for helping us get out of this mess.
For sure. And you've been working with him for years throughout the franchise. There must be just almost like a natural father-son dynamic these days, would you say?
Yeah, we've logged several films together. He was last with us in I believe Assassin's End, which came out in
Hmm.
2020, 2021, something like that. So it's been a few films, but Tom's back in the fold, which is nice because we get to explore that father-son bond. We really got to do that a lot on Assassin's End, and so now we kind of get the carryover with that and kind of fill in the gaps of all the times that we've hung out, all the times that we've interacted, all the times that we've created that bond and gotten a little closer over the years. So it was really nice to have some really great scenes with Tom, kind of fleshing that out a little bit, while also, keeping eyes on the target, so to speak.
Yeah, for sure. And one of the scenes, there was a little sparring scene between you and Zero, or you and Ryan. Talk about like putting that together. Was that just sort of, were you just sort of playing around, or was there, like major choreography going into that, whatever? Because it just looked kind of natural.
No, that was a great part of the script they added for this.
Mm.
And the downtime is to have Agent Zero and Brandon, who is recovering from a wound from his last mission, get back in tip-top shape. So to kill the time, since we're stuck in Costa Verde anyway, not allowed to go anywhere without being hunted, we uh, we put on some boxing gloves and we do a little bit of sparring, we do a little chit-chat, and whatever else about life, about the mission, about the job and everything else too, while trying not to take each other's heads off. So yeah, it was a fun choreographed scene that we got to work with our great stunt crew down in Cape Town again. So we were able to put together things, and I don't think we really messed each other up too badly.
Mm.
I think I might have caught him once on accident, but he was pretty good. I don't think he caught me
Mm.
once on accident. So
Yeah, accident.
I win this round, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. You and Ryan have worked for for a few years now, so you guys must have a shorthand now in how you communicate. You got that sort of brotherly thing going on.
Yeah, Agent Zero's been with us since that's also since I think
Yeah.
Assassin's End, and so he's been my co-lead for better or worse, much better if you
Mm.
ask me. And all these missions and all these th fun things that we get up to together. So working with Ryan Robbins is great. Super talented guy. He's crazy like me. He loves to throw himself into the action. I think his fight scenes are really fun to watch. They're super down, dirty, gritty. He's the one flying through tables. He's the one busting through doors. He's the one kind of up close and personal with all of his very, very gnarly fight scenes, taking on bigger guys than I can handle for
Mm.
sure. So he's been awesome to work with. He handles a lot of the exposition and the dialogue too, which I thank you, Ryan, so much. He gets to do a lot of the heavy lifting with that stuff since this whole thing is kind of his mission.
Mhm.
And last stand, we end up in Costa Verde to kind of do this off books Black Ops mission to kind of help him out and to kind of put to rest a guy he's never been able to capture and bring to justice, and that's kind of what sets up this whole turn of events leading into this movie.
Yeah. Now, I know that you're not in charge of this, but whoever reads or watches this, whatever, we need some grit merchandise. Like you're wearing a t-shirt in that in the work. I was saying, I want that t-shirt. Like, I want a hat which has grit on it. So somebody needs to get on that, definitely.
You're not the first one to request that, man. I
Yeah.
really, I've got a custom 101, and obviously there was a patch made,
Uh,
as you saw in Last Stand. Unfortunately, was lost
uh,
and discovered by the bad guys. But a lot of people have requested grit merch, so
mhm.
I don't know. Maybe I'll have to talk to the powers that be at Sony and see if they can't put up a little site where people can pick up some tank tops and some patches of their own.
Yeah, for sure. Particularly when the franchise has gone as long as it is. There's like loyal fans like me who are always wanting to support it in various ways. So they definitely should get on that. So, what would you say the challenges are of creating like unique action scenes whenever you've been doing them for so long to make something like seem fresh?
Yeah, that's a great question for our wonderful people down in Cape Town, Stuart Will and Bronwyn and Annalie and all the people down there. Absolutely incredible stunt team that we're blessed to work with. They've worked on such amazing films that have rolled through South Africa over the years. So all the stunt stuff is really the brainchild of them. I think that there's a general concept that goes on the page from our wonderful screenwriter Sean Wathen, and I think that they are in charge for bringing it to life, depending on the set and
Mm.
the location and how much time we have to make it complicated or not. They do a fantastic job. We when we're not filming on set, we're usually in their gym trying to go through the paces with the stunt guys to make it as authentic as possible and to know it like the back of our hands and really lean into it. So, yeah, I do think that they're always looking for fun, creative ways that are also kind of grounded in realism
Hmm.
to up the fight ante, so to speak, and just give you more stuff than that you've seen before. So I know on this one, I can speak to mine on this one. It's one of my favorite parts of watching these movies because I'm
Hmm.
not often there on set when Ryan does his massive stunt days and his big fights, as well as some of the other characters. So me seeing it on screen for the first time is really quite a treat for me because I see
Hmm.
them working on it in the stunt gym, but I never get to see what it turns out to be like on camera. I know what I've done, so watching them do something completely different and off the wall crazy is a absolute joy for me.
You get to watch as a fan as well, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I'm not sure how much time we have left, but at this stage, after several years, what part of Brandon's personality do you relate to the most?
I do think that for better or worse, he's a thinking man soldier. I think he's very conscious. He's a very deep thinker. Um, in my own personal life, that's definitely something that I always strive towards, is to be able to just be a more conscious, considerate person. I love to read Stoic philosophy and
Mm.
all the mindset stuff, and I think that Brandon is a guy that is close to my own heart because it can be a very lonely profession and you have to compartmentalize a lot of the stuff that you have to do and are asked to do. And how do you survive that, not go crazy? So
Hmm.
I really love that about Brandon, but I also love that he's got a bro in Zero where they can, a real comrade that's kind of with him through thick and thin and has been with him for a while, fighting the good fight along with the same values and the same overall mission. So to be able to have that camaraderie is really nice. And I don't think Brandon has been able to enjoy that in his journey up to this point. You know, he
Hmm.
feels like a real brother, not just a comrade in arms. And no doubt they've shared so many war stories and are there for each other and all the good stuff that kind of comes with that bond.
Hmm. Yeah, for sure. All right, I will let you go now because I'm pretty sure we're about to run out of time. So always a pleasure, and good luck with the film, and hopefully speak to you for a potential next one.
Potential next one.
It is
We'll see.
potential next one. We'll see. Yeah. So good to chat as always, and we'll chat soon.
Always a pleasure,
All right,
Owen. Thanks
thanks a
very
lot.
much,
Take
man.
care. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye bye.